Think of the most important day of the year. Maybe it's this week, this month, or maybe it's just past. Every year we're given days to celebrate, whether it's holidays, celebrations, and even anniversaries. We celebrate happy days, sad days, the really big moments in our lives. Oh, and birthdays too. No matter what religion you practice, whether you have an anniversary or not, we all have at least one birthday. Or at least I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's just me or if it's this shared Gen Z thing where I'm not exactly a big birthday person anymore. Even when I was little, there's definitely a point where one year I said, maybe I shouldn't have a birthday party this year. Even though I make videos for some type of attention, I much more prefer it anonymous and delayed over all at once in a Texas Roadhouse somewhere. I have this little thing where I tell people the historical significance of my birthday before I actually tell them what day it's on. Point being is that the day I stopped inviting my friends over for birthday parties is around the same time where I decided that it was more important to entertain others than to celebrate myself, which I'm sure we've all experienced at some point. That was roughly around 10 years ago now. And 10 years later, I still kind of feel that way. Little did Baby Swift know that his decision would still be upheld all these years later. So now it's around this time that I start to look back and see the choices that I've made and how they could be the ones that I keep making for the next 10 years and the next and the next and the next until the day I die. Which of course can be pretty scary when the life I have right now is way too big and convoluted to be purposely crafting this precise lifestyle that I'm supposed to build off of for the rest of my life. Problem is, I want to do it all. I want to spend time with my loved ones, friends, learn things, do and make art and cool stuff, but nothing lasts forever. We have to pick and choose where and when our time goes. We're just so messed up since some things don't last as long as we hope they would, and the window for things doesn't stay open forever. I wish I could just tell people, yeah, I can for sure dedicate a few years of friendship between 2027 to 2030. College is only 4 short years, and I'm expected to be able to juggle all life values like I'm the Avatar. Spoiler alert, I'm not.
What a day. What a day from the kid. My life is spaghetti. And now it's more spaghetti. Yeah.
Learning things as you get older hurts more than when you're younger. You're able to get up from the falls quicker. So let me make mistakes. Let me learn how to skateboard and fall over and over and over, or ruin relationships and eat bad food. Let me learn while it's still easy to get back up again. People always say to live life without regrets, and that's better to try and fail than to not try at all. I remember this one time where I told my dad, "Did you know that Julius Caesar died on my birthday?" Like all smug, as if I was the guy who actually stabbed him, and he replied, "Should that really be something to be celebrated? Didn't he murder a bunch of people?" Well, I don't think that's exactly how it went, but I wasn't well versed on my Caesar at the time, so I didn't have a good response, but it brought me back to the reality that I'm the only one who really thinks that's cool, or at least feels some weird way about it. It's kind of like having these weird feelings about growing up and the whole birthday thing, that at least I can point out that one cool history fact and say, yes, this is a day worth celebrating, at least universally. You know, for being so well known, Julius Caesar's rule only lasted about a year, but the time he was around was so influential that people still talk about him for some reason. And now the time has come to stab me in the back. This year I turned 20. Wow, it's never felt so weird to say that. My teenage years are over, sad to say. I could make a whole video for that alone, but I'm doing this on a time crunch, as usual. Another bad habit I decided to make that never left. There should have been a funeral for all the things I never got to do, For all the things I never got to enjoy, the memories, the friendships I never made. Who's gonna pursue them now? It's all over now. Goodbye, boredom. As a kid, I hated being bored. Now I barely get a moment away from anything. Now I yearn for boredom. I'll take the longer route to places just because it will take a second longer. I can't spend all my savings on Pokemon cards or Lego sets anymore. I gotta clean my room for God's sake, and vacuum now. I'm too old to be raging at games and for it not to be considered cringe anymore. Like, I'm legally a grown man, get a hold of yourself, dude. Nothing will age you more than going to the gas station and having two young boys ask you for a couple bucks to buy a bag of chips. Like, I was just one of you! How old do you think I am? Does a grown man stay up until 3, 4, 5 in the morning? Does a grown man have uncooked ramen for dinner? Does a grown man leave dry and folded clothes in the middle of the room for days to months instead of putting them away? I don't know. Maybe. But it feels like they shouldn't. Probably. The future is scary, but there's nothing more scary than looking back at my 20s and saying, wow, I wish I ended up doing more. Or finishing college and saying that I missed out on something. So I'm gonna do it all. And I want to have fun doing it. Thank you for watching.